Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles, here on Dork Tales. I'm your storyteller, Kelly. I am excited to be here tonight as we delve once more into the Dark Ages and the dark tales inside of medieval Transylvania. I hope you're excited to be here. Let's go around and introduce everybody. Like I said, I'm Kelly. I'm your storyteller. I use he and him as my pronouns, and I'm an Aquarius. I like long walks through the Transylvanian Alps, and I also indulge in a little bit of diablerie, but only before Labor Day. Next up, we have Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a Leo. I enjoy sleep. I didn't get much of that today. So prepare for whatever comes out of my mouth. I'm going to be playing Tereza Dinescu, our lovely Zamisi of the group, and she uses she, her pronouns right now. And yeah, I am excited. I am back in the Great White North, back home. Excited.
I'm excited to have you back. Next to you, we have Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by the Blogg in the chat. Still a little stuffed up, but doing better now. I'm a Sagittarius with Cancer rising and Moon in Gemini, and
I feel like you should get all of those things checked.
Fair. Yeah, happy to be here. I'll play Rainald, our La Sombra priest, ex-priest. Yeah.
Fair. All right. Down beneath you, we have the one and only Neokal.
Hello. It is I, Neokal. Neokal in the chat, but you can call me Kal. I use he, him pronouns, as does Bastien, our local salubri of Transylvania. And he doesn't, I'm a Gemini, but he doesn't know what he is because, well, kind of a miracle that he survived the first few months of being alive. So ain't nobody got time for astrology.
It's true. This is true.
What if you're born like on the cusp of two things?
I don't know.
Like, what if you're born at like midnight, right between like Taurus and Gemini?
It depends on where you were born.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can find this out for you, Cal. We'll talk later if you are
Look at
interested.
these nerds. No, I don't care. No. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
And also, speaking of nerds, our last nerd has returned from being sick, actually, if I'm not mistaken, because you had a cold last time, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were going to reference the convention. So.
Oh yeah, return from San Francisco, and boy, are your arms, I mean wings, tired, because you can do that.
There is that, yes. Hi,
Hey,
I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Alëna, our gangrel, our fun-loving gangrel who just needs a cuddle.
Gangrels just wanna have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, folks, we, Jen and I just returned from San Francisco. We, Christine and Amy, were down there for Big Bad Con, where we met a bunch of really cool people, talked about some cool stuff, played a game of Eat the Right.
It was awesome.
Jen played more Blood on the Clock Tower than I've ever seen a person play. And
lucky.
Wait, that was an option?
I played 10 hours in a row.
That was an option?
Yeah, you should come next year.
Yeah.
Leave your child behind and just come.
Only 3 of the games I played were actually on the schedule. The other like 6 hours were just us being like, we want to play more. We want to play more. I did also play
like
Eat the Reich with Kelly. Yeah, it was. Kelly and I played Eat the Reich, and I broke the GM, so it was a good time.
Yep. It was.
So that's just going to be us during the period of 19.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
Eat the Right
The way
is
some of
just
you guys
like,
are playing.
You're gonna join. You're gonna join. That's where
Hey.
they're gonna get you. That's where they're gonna get you. This will just become 2 chronicles. One where I run for Kal and one where I run for everybody else. It'll just be like Kal and I doing Bible study.
It'll be Kelly and I
Doing a
it'll be
podcast.
Escape from Castle Wolfenstein, and then whatever you guys got going on.
What the
during
build
a
Castle
certain
Wolfenstein.
socialist revolution. Workers'
Killing
Party.
Nazis.
Killing Nazis.
I guarantee they will not see that coming. The
Hey.
vampires in the drop coffins.
They
It
didn't
was a
see
good
us coming
time.
and eat the Reich.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They didn't. They definitely didn't see my guy coming in the last fight. That was stupid. No spoilers because there's only one published like storyline for it,
Oh, okay.
and
Giggity?
holy crap,
Yeah.
I will run it for you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But so folks, a couple things before we begin. This weekend, I want you to come and join us because this weekend we have. I almost said Big Bad Con. We have Extra Life. It is our charity stream where we raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. It is going to be 14 games over three days. That's a lot of games, and there are some really great ones here. If you like the World of Darkness, we have its Heir Apparent Curseborn running. We have Trinity Continuum Adventure. We've got a bunch of D&D if you're into that kind of thing. We have, oh god, what else? We got a D&D game that's all about vampire hunting that's going to be ran by our very own friend Vahid from Dice Legends. We've got like just so much cool stuff happening, and I'm very excited to share it with you and to help raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. If you have any funds that you can donate, please remember that this is tax deductible, and all funds donated to the Children's Miracle Network go straight to the kids. So consider it. We don't get a penny from the donations you make. We get some cool t-shirts, but that's about it. So with that, please join us on Friday starting at 8 a.m. Pacific as we begin our 6th November Extra Life. Wow, that's
Dang.
wild.
It simultaneously feels like it's been more than 6 since, like, all of you proto Dorktalians.
No, it was
OG
Dork Tales from the beginning.
Dorktalians. No, I meant all of the people that were involved in the beginning. I've been on 2.5 years. Two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? Wow. Yeah. But yeah, it's like 6. That feels like a lot, but it's like still processing 2016, man.
This is my
Yeah, it's
4th year doing Extra Life with Dork Tales. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you're actually running games now, which is very, very helpful for me because I don't actually have to run a game unless somebody bows out now. 'cause
Eventually, I have to get back to running the actual game. Panic at some point, but
you do. You should go look at the schedule and see what's
Cal's gonna
available
lap
in
me on
summer.
Descent into Avernus soon. Cal's
No,
gonna
we're gonna
he's
switch.
tearing that up. He's tearing that up.
We're gonna switch. I'll run Panic and you run.
I think you
That
should
would
for
be
an
wild.
episode.
You're not
Yeah.
ready for Panic, Kal.
You're not.
Probably not.
It's horny. It's
you
too
can't
horny.
handle. You can't. Jen and Christine are just. Their mission is to just sexually just fluster
Frustrate.
me.
Yeah.
Frustrate. Those are
Frustrate.
frustrate.
Yeah, I think that's
Good. Okay, fine. I'll take over. You'll have to bend my arm. Oh,
right. It's not your arm that's gonna get bent.
oh wait. Take back seats.
Take back
Whoa.
seats.
Take it from the back, Kal. All right. So, folks, yes, Brando, with all this talk of Panic at the Citadel, I am also very thirsty. But I'm not without dice because of our sponsor tonight, Bookwyrm Games. We actually saw some of the Bookwyrm Games team when we were down at San Francisco, and I gotta just reiterate, they're some of like the most lovely people. If you
they were
need
there?
Yeah, they were there. Yeah. Michael from Bookwyrm wasn't there. He was in Winnipeg at the time. But some of his other team was down there, and they're just the nicest people. Hey, if you need dice, you should go to Bookwyrm Games right now and use code DorkTales. You can save 20% You can save 15. God damn, I'm tired.
50% quick. He said it.
50%. 50% is going up. It's going up.
90%. Let's go. Let's go.
Just free dice shipped.
Free dice.
Dice.
Hey, folks, you can save 15% with code DorkTales on checkout. And if you spend 100 Canadian dollars, which, as I am very well aware after this weekend, that is nothing in American dollars. The exchange rate on my credit card is like 1.41 right now.
Oh, it's wolf. It's big wolf. I'm so glad I'm expensing all of my costs.
So
it's wolf.
Let me just put it this way. For the price of 3 cheeseburgers at Five Guys, you can get free shipping on all of your dice. Holy crap, it was expensive.
Hold on. It's expensive down there too?
Oh, yeah. No, it's worse.
3 double cheeseburgers because all of us forgot that they were doubles.
That's true. That's true. But that is their
and all the bag fries you could eat.
Yeah, those were a lot of bag fries. Yeah, for not too much money, folks, that's like 70 US or something like that, like with tax. Like, it's so cheap. They have got all manner of dice. They've got liquid core, they've got resin, they've got stone, they've got wood, they've got all the minerals that you can use to summon Captain Planet, including microplastic. You should definitely...
No, that's Captain Pollution.
No, that's just Captain Planet now. He's just part plastic. Captain Planet. Anyway,
do you remember the voice
Bookwyrm's...
for Captain Pollution?
What's that?
Do you remember the voice for Captain Pollution?
No, I wasn't. What was it?
What was it? It was like smog, oil. I can't remember all the bad things, but he came out and he talked like this.
So like Bastien in episode
combined, 1? No, I'm not doing it right because of the teeth. I am Captain Pollution.
Captain Pollution.
Look it up. It's wild
it's
what they
great.
got.
Go look it up.
Back
Also look up Bookwyrm Games. They're an amazing sponsor. And I see Michael in the chat right now. Michael from Bookwyrm Games is a huge World of Darkness nerd. So go support other people who like this kind of stuff, guys. Like, it's honestly, small businesses are the bread and blood of our community, and we love blood. We love blood. But also, I am hopefully going to be sending these in to you next week. Michael, if I don't send these in to you, please come for me. Send assassins to my house. But like the low level ones, so I can survive them, and like it'll be really cool. But then I have to clean it. John Wick 1 assassins. I can take it.
I'm getting deja vu.
Yeah, I said this at the end of my world building stream too.
Okay, that's okay. I was like, what the? Why do I feel like I heard you say this already?
Yeah. So, but if I don't send you the dice schematics for the Dorktales dice, because I have some ideas. Oh, I mean, not the Assassimites. Pink Assamite, funny name. Anyway, the 3 people in the chat who got that, leave a comment. All right. Folks, any questions, comments, concerns before we begin? Last episode, Jen, you were out of it, so we're going to hop in with you from the beginning and see what you are up to. All right. So without further ado, let us hop into episode 15 here on Dorktales. Thunder and lightning fill the skies. Down below you, Alëna. Down below you is a scene of carnage. The war ghouls that had been dispatched to hunt you, spy on you, whatnot, lie dead. And with a strip of flesh, blood vessels raised to form words that you only recently have mastered, coiled into a scroll, you and Polnock the Raven take flight. The plan was for you to deliver this missive to a Zamisi known as Viorella Vaiku, the Duchess of Flesh. Now here's the question. actually, I remember, Tereza, you got an incredibly good roll, so you would know the rough direction of her haven. So,
Yes.
what I would like is for Alëna to make me a, let's do a perception and survival roll at a difficulty of 7 because of
Does
the
my
intern.
Does
your
my specialty of tracking apply?
I'm gonna say yes, even though this is technically more like wayfinding than tracking specifically. But you do.
I thought maybe tracking the ghouls from where they had, or the war ghouls from where they had come from.
Oh, that's clever. I'm gonna give it to you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks for being smart. Being smarter than me today, folks.
That is, you said difficulty 7?
Difficulty 7.
3 successes.
3 successes. The night stretches on. Taking to the air, you keep an eye on the muddy ground beneath. You see tiny ponds forming where these overly heavy armored creatures walked. Your bird sight allows you to see far more than your human sight ever could. And with your eyes of the beast glowing in the darkness, you can easily make out the path. It breaks occasionally when they get particularly stealthy. But between that and the vague directions that Tereza was able to give you, you fly across the expanse. It takes you about an hour, but soon you are going to find yourself at a large, ancient manse on the edge of a small village, nestled next to the thick wood of the Transylvanian countryside. The building that you are seeing is made of old stone. Once upon a time, it was perfectly flush, but time has eroded it. The rain and storms and wind have curved out much of the harsh edges. The mortar now gives way to lines of moss that grow between the cracks, and the once prominent tower has half of its crenulations, or whatever proto-crenulations there would be in this era, have fallen into somewhat disrepair. Can I get a perception and alertness roll as you are flying over?
I'm guessing wilderness does not apply to this one.
It does not at this point.
Cool. Difficulty 6, I'm hoping.
Difficulty 6 with your bird sight, yeah.
Cool, that's 1 success.
You're going to see that along the battlements there are 3 hunched over man-at-arms. Each of them moving with large sacks of muscle that have been brought between their shoulders. Immense humps that pitch them over. As they wander across the battlements, each has a longbow tucked under their arm and a long javelin dragging behind them. They look out over the distance, and as you pass over, Polnock lets out a slightly worried caw. You hear it, but you're sure that those down below probably don't, as it's covered up by the sound of a thunderclap. You can see that there are some torches flickering down inside of the courtyard of this manse. It's not particularly fancy. The courtyard is large enough for perhaps 4 wagons to be back to back with each other, as well as wide. A large hay pile lies in the corner where you can see it was being fed to a small stable of horses. Now it is kind of moldering under the rain. And in the distance, you're going to be able to see that in the tall tower, the one just below those crumbling battlements, a single candle casts its light out into the darkness. Where do you go?
I will fly towards the candle.
You and Paul Nock fly toward the candle. The windows that are there they're broad. Large enough for a full-bodied man to lean out of. There is no glass over. And the one that you fly towards is the only one that isn't covered by thick, doubly thick, velvet curtains. The interior is a spiral of books, cases, and in the center, a large work table. There's a spiral stairwell that goes down from just outside of the inner ring of this room. And as you enter, you are going to see a figure leaning over a body. The body is strapped to the table, iron manacles holding it in place. It's a young man, somewhere between the ages of teenagedom and adulthood. Not quite old enough for a beard. He struggles. A gag is tightly bound around his mouth. He has made a mess of the table out of fear. The room stinks, but it stank before that. The room smells like blood and flesh. And as you land, you will see that the woman, if such a thing can be called a woman anymore, that is standing over the boy, has fingers that remind you of sharp-legged spiders. Each of her hands has 8 fingers, the length of your feral claws, perhaps longer. However, it's her head that catches you the most off guard. You don't know the name for this, Alëna, because you've never cared about fashion, but there are many types of headdress that noble women wear, Tereza's being the most modest of them. What you think is a large, octagonal headdress coming off of her as she turns and glances over toward the window as you land. You realize that it is not. The flesh of her face is pulled and stretched like the canvas of a kite. Spikes of bone that grow out of the side of her head stretch it into this wide, flat surface. Her eyes are long and slitted like a cat's. And she has 4, 2 large ones, and another 2 on the corners of her cheekbones that look at you with blind, white irises. Her lips are impossibly supple, and you can see that the crease of those lips extends all the way to the edge of her jaw. She turns. She is skeletally thin. And as she turns, you'll see that she's wearing like deep purple finery. Quite old, but once upon a time this was very, very luxurious. And jutting out from beneath her breasts are a pair of smaller arms like those of a young child that aren't quite large enough, but look like the hands are those of a woman, dexterous, able to do fine needleworking.
And who might you be?
I'll croak in response and kind of nudge forward the note.
You come into my domain. Are you Gangren?
Nudge forward the note some more.
You're going to feel a pressure inside of your mind, Alëna.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to resist this?
Does it feel familiar at all, or is this new?
Has anyone ever used telepathy on you before?
Don't think so, because I don't think anyone here has.
All right, so then in that case, what you are going to be able to do, if you want to resist it, you are going to feel something pressure you. And fade the mind.
I'm betting I'm great at this roll.
Yeah. Oh, they changed Auspex 4 in this.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Now it's mind control. Oh,
Oh.
dope.
Yep.
Well, she has it as a combo discipline, so that's fine.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever.
Then you are going to feel a voice inside of your mind.
Can I try to resist it, though?
You totally
With
can.
something?
You totally can. So what we're going to do is you're going to roll your, we'll say you roll your willpower.
Okay. That's actually
And
better than I
I
thought it
will
was going to be.
Eh. Must meant to hurt them
Yeah.
more. There
I
we
don't
go.
re-roll 10s on willpower rolls, right?
Sure you do.
Okay, cool. I got
That was
2 successes.
cool. I got 4. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you're going to try to shrug it off, and a voice is going to echo inside of your mind.
Perhaps you would like to speak this way, if you are unwilling to take a more worthy form. Who are you, and why have you come to my haven?
I have come to deliver this note. My name is Alëna.
Alëna. Alëna. Mitru's bastard. I know your sire.
Then you have one up on me, because I do not. I know who claimed me, but not who sired me.
That is normal with your kind, is it not?
It is.
Then I will read this. Wait here. Would you care for refreshment? Honored child of not Mitru.
Yes. And for that, I will take a more appropriate form.
Okay.
And she will shift back from Raven. It's just so much energy to
And
do
so
it that
much
she's
blood.
just like. But she's like, if I'm being offered food, then sure.
So, shifting back into your original form, she turns and gestures with one of her very long arms over toward the boy on the table. With her real voice, she says,
So long as you leave some in his system, That should be enough. I want to see what he can take. He is very sturdy. He is actually a ghoul of one of my rivals. So please push him to the limit.
Very well. And then I will feed.
Okay, tell me how much you were taking. In the meanwhile, she's going to reach forward, grab the note, and is going to hand it to her smaller arms, which are going to unroll it for her as she continues tidying up.
Nice. I'm not actually sure how far down I was, because I think I was full at one point, and and I might only be down one now, but I might also be down a couple. But I'll feed till I'm full, basically, because I'm not down that much.
Okay, do you have any damage?
No.
Okay.
I didn't take any in the fight. It couldn't hit me.
Well, you're lucky because drinking a ghoul doesn't risk a blood bond or anything like that, so you can have some fun with this.
It's true. Can I take above my cap, even though I'm not gonna like spend it? I just want to be full.
So you can feed to full. And then you could blood buff with anything else you drink.
Yeah.
Just blood buff for the rest of the scene, just in case she does something wild.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So yeah, spend as much as you want.
2.
Tell me if you take more than 8 points of his blood.
Cool, and I can buff to 6, right?
You are... What generation are you? Are you 7th?
7th, yeah.
You can buff to 7. And it stays
Cool.
for the
1,
scene.
2, 3,
Because your generational cap is 6.
6, 7, 8.
And a quick reminder to all of you 7th gens, if you want to buy up your attributes, you can now buy your attributes up to 6, or your abilities up to 6. Which means you might have to find a different character sheet that has those dots, if they're not on the base.
I have 10 dots on my character sheet,
You do?
like 10
Yeah.
spaces, because I specifically got it for that reason.
Yeah, same.
Yep. Cool. All right.
I'm gonna take 9.
Take 9. Okay. Then he
Yeah.
needs to make a stamina roll. 1 second. He will. Oh, damn. He is really. You know what? She was right. He is really tough. That's 2 10s.
Nice.
So he starts to get very pale. You can feel, as you bury your fangs in his throat, you feel his heart rate splurting the blood into your mouth, slowly beginning to grow slow and sluggish. But it holds on. Meanwhile, the Duchess unfurls the note and begins to read it. Tereza, can you remind me what you wrote in that note?
I just put in the chat for you.
Oh, beautiful. Would you like
Something
to do me a
along the lines of that.
Can you please read it for me so that we have that like actor reading out the line on the words for me?
Fair, right? Yes, like the overhead view where it pans.
So you're
behind the
looking at the
shoulder.
note, and
Yeah,
Alëna, as you're looking at this, I want to remind the audience what this is. This is a strip of flesh that was expertly peeled from the back of one of these war ghouls, and then using
was
the
inner
innate.
thigh.
Oh, sorry, the inner thigh. From the inner thigh, the nice soft tissue there, and using flesh crafting and one of Tereza's razor-sharp needle fingers, she wrote on it, raising blood vessels to form the words. Like spider veins that spell out on this still drying flesh.
Good evening, my lady. I am Lady Tereza Dinescu, childer of Micah Vikos, on the missive of his. My sincerest apologies for intruding on your territory. We have met your ghouls and, unfortunately, had to dispatch them. We only ask for passage and mean absolutely no disrespect or intrusion. I myself am an admirer of your work and would eventually like to meet in person to discuss the craft. For now, please accept my sincerest and deepest apologies. Tereza.
So, what I would like you to do is I want you to make me a manipulation plus etiquette roll.
Nice, I have a dot of that. Great.
As you should. As a noble, you should have probably more. Maybe buy that up.
Yeah, maybe buy that up. It was either like I took politics instead of etiquette. I was buying up politics
Both.
for dealing with that. I know I need to do both, but I'm doing powers instead. I'm gonna spend a willpower that random so nicely bought me.
Okay, do it.
Cause I don't want to botch. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty on this is going to be 8 because you are doing this on like the body of a ghoul that you murdered of hers.
I would have also tried to bargain body crafts then, but fair. That's gonna be 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. She looks at the letter. And then looks up at where Alëna is devouring the blood of that one.
He still lives.
He is strong.
Why were you traveling through my territory?
We are providing an escort. She looks disgusted when she says that, by the way.
Yes. I've heard rumors of the one you're escorting. It taints the land for him to walk upon it.
Agreed.
I will be charitable. You have killed 2 of my servants. I will not kill 2 of yours. Instead, I will ask you for a replacement. This one is strong, yes?
Yes.
And yet he is bloodbound to one of my enemies. I could use something a bit stronger than a mere ghoul.
What did you have in mind?
I have a curious inclination toward the art that could be done on a Canaanite. Particularly one as strong as you. Kill him, embrace him, and we are forgiven.
Very well. And Alëna will embrace him.
Okay. He is going to struggle and whimper as you bury your fangs in him and begin to devour his life essence. What is your humanity rating?
3?
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to say that. Well, is 3?
It's time to pull up ye old humanity list.
Yeah.
I figure the way Gangrel embrace is always they abandon their child for the first winter anyway. So Alëna's like, If he's strong, he'll get out of this. Like,
Yeah, that's
That's
fair.
different
That's her
though,
thought.
because you know where you're leaving him. You're not like throwing him.
Yeah, she's basically leaving him at the mall.
yeah,
No, that's
With
find
that's
find your way
leaving
home,
him
sweetie.
in the broken mall escalator. That there's a difference.
the kid's on the escalator again.
I'm leaving him in one of
writes
those
her
ghost
own
malls.
Oh God.
Alëna
true.
writes her own rules.
Except they're actually ghosts.
Yeah. Oh my God. I have an idea for a game, guys.
Go small.
Uh-oh.
Go small.
Ghost escalator.
Kids on the ghost
Go
escalator
small.
again.
Go. We're all just ghost like equipment. Like someone's an escalator. Someone's
No. No, it's a Wraith game where the escalator actually has a ghost on it.
a soul.
Yeah, an omen of souls.
Yeah.
Even. Okay, so Road of Humanity. We're doing a quick check.
Go small one shot. I'm in.
Just I'll have to drag Amy into that.
For a
because
moment- Yeah. For a moment, Alëna was like, "Bitch, you gonna try me? Oh no, you just want me to embrace someone? Sure."
Right? I was like, oh shit, did I just tell? Because it was like, oh, Jen's not here. Okay, perfect. Accompany Poldark.
Right?
It's like,
was-
No,
There we
we
go.
just
I
send
did-
Jen's character off to...
I did just buff all of my physicals to 6, though. So
Good.
I was
That's
I
fair.
was thinking like, wait, how can we get rid of the Rabnos to this person? That would be a good way to get rid of it.
That also would
That
work.
would be good.
I don't know about them, so
No, you don't.
Yeah.
yeah. I know about them out
Here-
of character, but I don't know
There
about
it
the
is.
main
Road of
character.
Humanity. Got it.
Yeah, it's just like this is
Yeah.
happening. then it just
Casual
cuts
violation or
to-
planned violation. Casual violation of another is 2. This is casually murdering him and leaving with his easy. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna make me a humanity or conscience roll. Give me a conscience roll at difficulty of 5, if I'm not mistaken. Your base difficulty. Oh, pardon me. 6. Base difficulty is 6, so that's going to be difficulty of 7.
I fail.
Good. Welcome. You lost a point of humanity.
I'm actually going to lose a point. Actually, no, I will lose a point of humanity for this one. I still have to lose a point of self-control to do my road change, as well as
Perfect.
point of humanity.
It's
but-
coming. It's coming.
Yep.
You bury your fangs
Aw.
in him one more time. And as you do, you are going to feel his heart seize and give up as his blood rises inside of you. You feel his soul echo around in your mouth. And it is ticklish. Can you do me a favor and roll me 2 d10s and tell me what you get, just as if they were percentiles?
51.
Okay, 51, so 7. Okay.
If you don't mind, Kelly, I've never gone through someone embracing someone, so if you can describe, like, explain what's happening at all, if it's, like, standard, or if you're just doing something different.
I am. Right now, I was rolling to see what this guy's name was.
Fair, okay.
Because I have
okay.
a chart that I created. So his name's Sandar, in case it ever comes up.
No worries, I was just like, oh, did something happen? Do you have to, like, roll for them to survive, kind of thing?
No.
There's a
not-
few
not in
things that kind of happen, but yeah.
Alëna, you feel his heartbeat fade out against your tongue. He seizes up and sags on the table. How do you give him the blood?
Bite wrist in mouth.
Your blood courses over his pale lips. And nothing happens for an agonizingly long time. You've never done this before. Is there something wrong, you think, for a moment? And then you see his tongue begin to uvulate in his mouth. He rises against the restraints, trying to press his tongue and mouth against the cut on your hand. He is jerky. He is barely alive. His eyes snap open, and all of the veins suddenly throb red. The capillaries burst as he looks up at you with a feral hunger. How much are you allowing him to drink?
I'm gonna ask this out of character. How much would they probably need in the beginning?
1, and he'll go into immediate frenzy. Anything above that is optional. So if you want to be real cruel, 1.
Yeah, I'll give him 1.
He screams as he arches his back so loud you can hear his ribs crack, trying to get at your wrist. He enters frenzy immediately. And as he does, you are going to see the most shocking thing. Just seeing this naked man struggling against his restraints, you are going to watch as during his frenzy, there is this cracking noise as his face begins to warp and change. And you are going to watch his very average-looking nose begin to break and bunch until it folds upward in his frenzy, until it looks like the nose of a bat.
You might wish to feed him. He seems hungry.
She smiles and leans forward, and with her incredibly dexterous little hands, just puts the muzzle back over him.
He will feed when I am ready for him to feed. Should you ever wish to come back and visit your child there, you're more than welcome. In the meanwhile, if you would, please deliver this to Lady Dinescu.
She hands you a letter that she quickly scrawled out on parchment.
Of course.
You are free to travel through my territory. Be certain to not remain in it with that man. Beyond tomorrow night. Be beyond the river by then.
I will ensure it.
I apologize for not having something for your friend.
She gestures over to Polnock, who tilts his head quizzically.
I will find him something. And she's gonna shift into Raven form?
Wait, how foolish of me.
She wanders over to one of the shelves, pulls out a large jar and uncorks the lid. Reaching inside, you can see that there are a dozen different eyeballs floating in a mixture. She plucks one out, bright blue and shining,
Good boy.
and tosses the eyeball complete with optic nerve fluttering in the wind onto the windowsill, where Polnock looks at it quizzically for a moment, looks at you for a little bit of encouragement, and proceeds to gobble it up in about 3 bites. Which for a raven is practically demure.
Mm-hmm.
Very demure.
Very mindful. Alëna will grab the return note, squawk at the Duchess of Flesh, and fly out the window.
Is there anything else you're doing as you travel?
No, I don't think so.
All right. You fly into the storm. The weather doesn't look like it's going to be getting better anytime soon. Without following the trail, you make it back in about 45 minutes, cutting your travel time in half. Paulnut keeps up with you, but it's pretty obvious that your wingspan and strength far outsurpasses his own. Still, he puts in the work, and will definitely be sleeping well tonight. You fly and fly, and soon find yourself circling over the camp where the wagon had been perched. Except there's not one wagon down here. There are two. A second wagon, completely coated in blood, that is slowly being washed away by the rainfall. The river is still pregnant and swelling across the surface, over the banks on the right. And you can see that the bridge that crosses that small river is, it's sturdy. It could be crossed, but kind of rough. You wouldn't want to overload the wagon. As you are looking down, though, you're going to see that it looks like some type of traveler's wagon. And outside of it, we are going to cut to the rest of you as you are looking down and arguing over the staked form of Kisaya, the Ravenos. A bolt from a crossbow jutting out of her chest. Alëna, you are going to hear someone say, I believe Bastien said something along the lines of, "No one is eating her."
So you get to eat the vampire. You get to eat regular blood, and he'd have the whole one to himself, and no one to. I don't.
Tereza. And I'll go and gently touch Tereza on the shoulder if she would allow me.
She's gonna initially flinch, and then relax into it.
I'm going to use Peaceful Touch on
Ooh.
Tereza. I can read that out for you
Let's
if
do
that
it.
would. Yeah.
Do I have to make any roll or anything? Like, or does it just happen? You make me feel nice.
Yeah, so I spend a blood point and a willpower. Okay. You see the difficulty of Roshrek or Frenzy rolls decrease by 2, making it easier for you to retain yourself. And its length is increased because I also have Gift of Sleep. There's some crossover synergy there.
Nice.
So if your difficulty was like 8, if I'm reading it right, then it would be 6. So
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm more using it for the story than
Flavor. Yeah.
mechanical effects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
We were attacked when we were vulnerable. And we have seen the show of force that our our friend has displayed. I dare not attempt to take food from thee or claim someone as my own, but as I'm not expecting to live past our trip to our destination. Do you really think I'll be able to leave that place?
I plan on leaving it, and I think That will need all of us to get out. So, I
Oh, I
think you will.
believe you will. Do you know
I think
why
that-
you haven't seen any others like me?
Do we know much of the history of the Salubri?
Heck, you might know more than Bastien.
Go ahead and make me an intelligence and politics roll.
Cat.
Difficulty of 6.
Cat intelligence and politics. Absolutely chaotic dice. Absolutely chaotic dice.
What'd you
That
get?
is a single success because I got 2 1s in there. So 1 success.
You know that their antediluvian, Salubri, probably, it was his name, was destroyed by the Tremere, was eaten by the Tremere, and that you've heard stories that the Salubri are untrustworthy and they're soul stealers, and that there is an active campaign to destroy them that has been quite successful.
Yes. I have heard rumors. Yes.
I'm going to save you and your your existence, Alëna's, Rainald's. If they call you out and demand to know why you've been harboring my kind, they may demand may demand more than just our new magical friend. If it
Yes,
comes
I-
that they know what I am to spare any of you retaliation. I will pretend I know not of all of you, and that I have deceived you this whole time.
Bastien, I have known you for 100 some odd years now.
At least
At least 100 years.
this
now.
many.
Yes. You and everyone, minus him, points to Gortrix, you are all family. Whether you like it or not. And I am not going to let you put your head on the platter. We're all getting out or no one gets out. That is it.
All or nothing.
Yes, that is what is going to happen.
We have two very different outlooks on that, I see.
I would be happy to be part of the family as well if it gets me out of this conundrum, Gortrix says. And Bastien, your third eye is going to flare for a moment, and you are going to recognize that Alëna has returned. Whether or not she's flying or you see her perched on one of the wagons, your foresight is just going to flare and you're going to see this raven. Alëna, where are you? Just flying around overhead?
Yeah, or perched in a tree nearby, but not on the wagon.
Okay, sounds good. And as you were saying that, and as Gortrix says that, there's going to be a shifting inside of your wagon as Tereza's lady-in-waiting hops out with a dress and heads over to her nude and blood-stained mistress. apologies, my lady. And with that, she is going to start cleaning you up. So Clara will get you into a nice dress, and we'll begin, like, basically, like, demudding and blooding you.
I suppose what I was trying to say is I feel as expendable as our new, what's the word, paralyzed, as our new paralyzed friend. And maybe there will be nobody to say the same for me if I make it 10, 100 more years from now. But I think that if we do spare her, in the very least, looking at it from a political angle, she would owe you well, I suppose we can't make life debts. A death debt.
I don't think she will see it that way. I think she will see that we attacked her and that she will take out her revenge. Also, we should be taking all of our strength and not just rely on that one over there. The blood hog.
Surely you're speaking of Rainald and not I. I did most of the hard work out here. And
Rainald will just make sure he doesn't have any blood on his lips.
You do a little. Your little bit comes off. Besides, I did all of the hard work out here at your behest.
I do not believe I've required that much demonstration. I believe that was,
I'm sorry that when I pulled it out it was too large for you, my lady, but you did ask to see what I had in store.
then that would be, showing off.
As entertaining as all of this is, I don't believe that
We'll put
Bastien
it-
should necessarily go with us the whole way. And if we're able to find a way, perhaps we can again come to a more mutually satisfactory arrangement regarding
Well,
this.
Well, then I'm going to book a horse because I'm still low on blood and ugh. Prey animals.
Careful, they bite.
Rainald,
Well, in the very least, Rainald. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, please. I'm going to take him from you.
Oh. And Lady Tereza, in the very least, she cannot do anything at the moment. So let us replenish ourselves and think on it. And if I am outvoted or outforced, then I will yield to the decisions of you.
I do not think that we are in the business of leaving enemies behind us.
For now,
However,
she's not going anywhere.
you do have a point.
Isn't that right, Lena?
Hmm? Yes, Father?
Good shot.
Thank you, Father. I've been practicing.
No doubt.
Not
In
always
the
on
midst
people.
of that chaos, you kept your cool.
Thank you. I do try my best. Can Clara dress me now, too? She's still standing there buck naked as well.
Oh. Suppose
I want a
We
pretty dress
should.
as well. Surely Aunt Tereza has several that she can give me?
And Lena, we want. Remember who
Clara,
we speak to.
please
Yes, my lady?
take out the. What color are Lena's eyes and what color is her hair?
Black hair and green eyes.
Get the jade colored dress for her. It'll
Lady.
match perfect with her eyes.
And she will go back into the carriage. Lena claps a couple of times and starts dancing back over toward the carriage. Well, now that that's taken care of, Rainald. A word. Somewhere less moist, Goratrix says, looking up at the crying skies.
After you.
Let's see what these Romani have in their carriage. And he heads over there and starts rummaging around, but he's not really looking for anything in particular. As he's inside, he kicks over several of the things that are just kind of like laying around there. Various crates, various sleeping accoutrements, bedrolls, and the like. And as he's in there, he looks over at you and says, I've been thinking about it, and I could use your aid. So much so that I am willing to make a rare offer to you, my friend. You wish to learn the secrets of the craft?
They do intrigue me.
Well, you're just in luck. There is a teacher very nearby who is more than a little desperate for a loyal student.
What do you remember what I discussed with you last time?
Refresh me. I want to make certain that I understand it the way that you do.
I want to know and learn this sorcery to see if there's ways to
break the bond.
Not the bond, any of the hold, the power that it binds us to others of our kind. Anything like that. To me, I would think that somebody who is in a desperate situation, that would be a mutually beneficial arrangement.
You'll have plenty of opportunity to learn the ways of thaumaturgy. You'll take multiple drinks of my blood. But should you be able to break the bond that forms, you have my approval. But in return, you cannot share this secret. The Tremere will hunt you down and destroy you if they know you have stolen Promethean fire. Between us, I think Prometheus had a big mouth. I've noticed that you are far more taciturn, brother Rainald. So what say you? Steal some fire from the gods?
Do I know if I actually have to drink his blood multiple times, or would say
Nope, you
Would
have
he lie to you?
Would he lie to you? Well, why don't you go
He's
ahead
such a
and
trustworthy guy.
the reason
He definitely
why I'm
hasn't
asking,
lied so far.
the reason why I'm asking is I'm wondering if any mystical Canaanite's blood might do.
Oh God. Tell you what. Why don't you make me an intelligence and occult roll versus my manipulation and subterfuge roll
Oh shit.
to see which
I'm
sounds
sure
better.
he has a small pool. I'm sure he has a small pool.
Very small, very demure.
So intelligence and occult versus manipulation and subterfuge.
Yep.
Standard difficulty.
Yeah, 6, please.
So 4.
Nice.
Does thorough count?
Sure. Okay.
That will be 5.
Cool. I have 9.
I'm gonna. Okay. All right.
Oh, hold on. I have 2 more dice to roll.
Had to try.
That's 10. You can spend a willpower if you want.
Only double what you got there.
You know nothing of thaumaturgy, unfortunately.
Yep. Nope. Fair enough.
What do you say?
Just a second. So, in order to find a way to break the bonds that bind us to others of our kind, you want me to subject myself to you.
It's ironic, isn't it? But most things involving magic tend to be. Look at me. I unlock the secrets of vampirism. To live forever as a magus, I first had to die. How ironic is that? To become free, you must first be a slave. It is the way of all power. To become a king, you must first serve. To become a warrior, you must be a squire. It is the natural order of hermetic wisdom. As below, so above. I figure that a man of the cloth such yourself would definitely understand such principles. There must be a cycle, a journey that you will begin. But you have a keen mind. I think that you, with some time, it won't be immediate, will overcome this. Plus, I mean, to be 100% honest, if I can't reject his summons and they destroy me, you have nothing to worry about anyway aside from free knowledge. But should we escape, I would be happy to have a protege such as yourself. If for no other reason than how much it would piss them off. Besides, if somewhere down the road you can introduce me to some abyss mystics, I think we could do some amazing things together. I would act sooner rather than later, though. Simply because you've seen the way that the rest of your coterie deals with infighting. Look how petty some of them are over something as simple as blood. If they knew that you were gaining this power, what would they do to try to keep it for themselves? It's magic, not a pie.
And I'm afraid I will have to try and find my own way.
That's unfortunate. I would have thought that you would have seen the innate benefit of having such an immediate connection to the blood bond. Were you to try to do these experiments on another, you would never truly know if your chains, well, if their chains had been broken. You'd only have their opinion. You would only have their testimony. But were it to happen to you, you would know for certain. In an instant, you would know if your prospective ritual worked. And you would never have that doubt that a cunning elder had laid a vicious trap inside of your subject's mind. But I understand your trepidation and fear. No offense taken. Should you change your mind before my untimely demise, please reach out.
I did mean what I said to you earlier. If we can find a way. But I will not subjugate myself like that. Not completely.
Understood. I wish you the best in your studies. If you can find a way to break the bond, be most beneficial.
Well, I don't know how much of that the rest heard. Some of them some very keen hearing. Perhaps we should go and see what they're up to.
Of course. Back outside, what are you all doing?
Well, I've been probably listening to that whole conversation.
I think you probably have, yeah.
But
with that
At the beginning, I did this. I don't know.
Oh, did
if,
you? I didn't see it, but I see it now.
But I mean, then, of course I would.
Well, Gortrix was trying to obfuscate you anyway by just yeeting you from the call constantly.
I know his magic goes through time and space.
It does. It does.
Yep.
But yeah, just waiting, not guarding, but being around the body of our Ravnos friend. Interesting conversation, though, if I would be able to overhear that with Auspex 3.
You totally would. Down at your feet, for a brief moment, you see the Ravnos' eyes, you swear you see them, roll in her sockets and look up at you in acknowledgement.
I'll lean down, assuming this is happening shortly after they walked away, not when they're coming back.
It's happening right as they finish their conversation or saying that they're coming back soon. Her eyes roll up to look at you. And her mouth whispers, "To kill me. Me.
I'll kneel, because I didn't know this was possible. Her eyes are moving?
They look like they are.
If you run, you will be destroyed.
They wish to kill me. They will kill me. They will devour me. You will let them? You would let them do this to me, Bastien. Her voice becomes slightly clogged. And you see her throat writhe like she's swallowing something, but in reverse. Bastien. Her lips were parted in surprise as the bolt hit. And her lips continue to part. And then suddenly, from her lips, a dozen centipedes crawl out. Bursting onto her chest. And then wriggling down into the dark, dark mud. Her eyes snap back to the skies. Father, what do you think? Lena is behind you, spinning in a jade dress that clings to her small frame. It's a bit too long for her, and she's holding it up at the hips.
I'll have to get some work done on that so it doesn't drag. That is, if that is a gift. If it is not a gift, we should do well not to completely ruin that.
Aunt Tereza? Is this a gift?
I tried to make sucking sounds and there's actually water in the cup.
Oh, that common sound? That's Tereza eating a horse. The coughs are when she eats too fast.
She tries to breathe the blood.
Nearby, Tereza, the cart that the travelers had two horses strapped to it. Each one will provide you with 4 points of blood, with compression and all of that.
No. Tereza will take all of the blood. I hate that you make me have to eat horses, all of you. I hate it.
Nay!
God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, Tereza will suck those horses dry.
Carl will step down, admire the situation, and say, "My lady, once you are done, if I may, it would not be good to let such meat go to waste."
Of course. And Lena, consider it a gift.
Yay! She bounces around.
Oh,
Though you will not be getting a dress every time you crossbow a vampire like that.
But what if I do a really good one?
such a common occurrence that
If
she'll
you do
drain
that
you
to
dry.
hit, points to Goretrix.
Goretrix steps out of the
Then you
wagon
might
at that
get the
exact
whole
moment.
castle. Yeah.
Oh,
Then I'll give you a fucking castle.
I don't want a castle. I just want more dresses. And
Okay,
more
I'll give you as
crossbow
many
bolts.
dresses that you can think of. And what?
Ooh. And she's going to hop over, looking for the only crossbow bolt she can see, which is in the vampire's chest.
No.
I was kidding. I was kidding.
Mm.
Goretrix steps out of the wagon. Well, if you're going to get that castle, you should probably get moving down the road. We have a lot of ground to cover if we're going to make a great escape.
Giddy up.
And I think that's a great place for us to take a quick break, folks. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the part of the program where we're going to talk to the chat. So off camera, you were saying something about my portrayal of Goretrix, and I wanted to
Oh my fucking god, that was so hard. I wanted, like, the player wanted to be like, do it, and it's just like, oh, this is a bad idea.
In the chat. We were in the chat being like, Goretrix is doing a very good job. The flattery and the swarminess, like you are portraying him so well. Where it's just like, oh man,
I'm so glad, because I always worry that I'm not doing a good enough job with those type of characters, that you don't want to agree with them. But I'm just like, ah.
Oh, I really, really wanted to. That was really well done. And like, dude, that was hard saying no. But I had to be like, wait. Guiding principle of Rainald that I have had in my head for a while. Like, he doesn't want to do that. Not that way. Not like that.
But thaumaturgy.
It'll pass. It'll pass. Who needs thaumaturgy? It'll probably get wiped out in a couple 100 years.
Be replaced by more levels of Valoran.
yeah.
Valoran.
There'll be like 9 types of Valorant, and people will complain that it's OP and there's too many
The
types.
Swiss
already
Army
do
knife
that.
of disciplines. I mean, there's already 3 of them. Like, what the hell?
And all the combo.
And everybody will love them, and every seneschal will be a salubri. Yeah, it'll be good times.
Yeah. God, the Tremere suck.
Yeah.
As a former Tremere LARPer, they suck. They absolutely suck. Except for my guy, Royce Lyons. Royce was great.
Why are you
It
talking
was
about
like-
Royce?
It was like there were 3. Oh man, there were like 3 cool characters in that kind of like saw through the Matrix in this LARP that we're talking about, everybody. It was like my Toreador, Kelly's Tremere. No, Chris's
Chris's
Nosferatu was legit. Yeah.
The
I guess
makeup
Winter's
for that
character was
was
pretty good, too.
amazing.
Who else?
Winter's character was pretty good.
She had a very I want to explore
It was a very
my
Winter
background.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was very much like, because you throw Winter in a vampire setting, you're going to get a couple of different flavors that she likes to explore. You know?
Yeah.
That's not a criticism, that's just a fact. Everybody wants it. I always want to be like, I want to be the guy in a vampire LARP that's not the normal guy in the vampire LARP, because I don't find them that enjoyable. You know?
Yeah.
I find a lot of the posturing to be really frustrating.
So I was Ventru, and then you saw the end point of that when I got like Rock's Fall, Do You Die? And then you saw like the beginning of that Toreador character I had. That was because I didn't like Vampire the Masquerade. Like
I like Vampire the Masquerade as a tabletop game. I don't love it as a LARP. I find that it turns into frustrating memories from high school, the game.
Yeah, that's why I made Decker, so he could just be like away from it.
You can just cut through the bullshit.
Don't trust me, I'm crazy. But then the only people that got anything done were Kelly and I.
I mean, it's really true. Well, when we were allowed to. Yeah. I played a
when
bodybuilder
we were
Tremere.
allowed to.
I loved it.
Yeah, we
I
ended
loved
up
it.
being
I
great
played
bros.
a British bodybuilding Tremere who like owned a gym and used his gym and night like if I'd really invested in it, the whole
I
thing
like
was
that.
he offered exclusive training for like civil servants and people in positions of power around the city. And like,
It was
yeah,
just
he
a
was
matter
like,
of time.
oh yeah. So basically, he offered like free training from like a world class, like bodybuilder and personal trainer, and then he just ghoul people or blood bomb them.
Yeah, didn't he have a protein drink that was
Yeah, he was working on a protein drink. He was like, it was so dumb. It was so dumb.
He's just making ghouls with potents, and they're like, "Holy cow, this works!" And it doesn't show up in steroid.
I know. Oh no, it was the dumbest thing that I've done in a while. Oh boy. Boy.
Blood. It's in you to give.
It's in you to give, man. We're blood doping, really. Lance Armstrong's right here. Oh
Think
man.
of how fast he'd be able to do the Tour de France.
He can, yeah, but he cannot run his past. So folks,
you can outcycle it.
You can outcycle it. Well, yeah, obviously. Folks, Extra Life is this weekend. I said it during the intro, but I need you to be there. That's right, you, Tim, Jeff, Adam, Karen. We don't need Karen there.
Oh.
I need you, Stu. I need you to be there. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. I really want you to show up. And I promise I'll run some really cool stuff. I'm not going to run anything. Guys, I only have one more game that I'm running before I'm on vacation. It's so wild. I run Fandelver on Monday. I'm going to limp through it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
After Extra Life, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be like, I feel like shit. Let's run this. I'm going to get through it. And then I get to play Avernus on Tuesday. And then hope that I get all the blue paint off me before I go through border security.
Yeah, I don't think they like Smurfs.
Or do they?
That's racist. I mean, to be fair, the Smurfs movie was pretty bad.
Did you know that Smurfette is the only Smurf that wasn't born?
Yeah, Gargamel created her. Everybody knows that, Cal.
Oh.
Babies come out of the womb knowing that.
And here I thought that was a cool
fact. The only thing cool about that is you.
Oh, thank you.
You're pretty cool.
What kind of magic did he use?
I like the random little like references to old cartoons.
I also love them. I love me some He-Man though. All right, folks. Anything we need to talk about before we head back into game?
No, let's go.
All right. Good. Let's actually get on the road. That we can get past this paragraph that we've been on for 3 episodes.
Oh my god.
Like
I
seriously.
do need to talk to Tereza. And I'm trying to do it.
And it's fine.
Well, you didn't come back to me. You just went to Kal.
Yeah.
And then we had to have break. And I'm like sitting in this tree with a note.
Well, you know.
No.
But I do want to try and just convince Tereza to come away from the wagon.
That's totally fine.
If Tereza has animalism and Alëna
Yep.
is an animal, can they both converse?
Or I think
I also have animalism, so I can do it the reverse way if you need me to.
I mean, I have. Yeah, exactly. We can.
Does the
I
book-
I think
animals-
that's
Anyone
that's fine.
listening to us, does the book explicitly ever talk about that?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
No.
Of course it wouldn't. How common could that be?
You'll just hear various, like a number.
It's got to be a combination discipline aspects 1, animalism 1.
God. Animalism 1. Talk to person. I know a lot of people that don't have that discipline in real life.
If you have, if you're
day one in Big
neurodivergent, it's
Bad
twice
Con.
as much XP.
Oh God. Yeah.
If you've read Divergent?
If you're neurodivergent.
Neurodivergent.
Oh,
If you've read Divergent, F
like
you.
it scrambles your
costs twice as much
brain? Is it
XP.
that bad?
Oh my gosh. All right, let's get this episode going so we can end and go to sleep.
I got my vaccines today, folks. I'm sleepy. But I don't feel any weird side effects besides just kind of being sleepy, which I already was. My arm
Yet.
hurts a little.
Yeah, I was there
Yet.
till tomorrow. That's when it hits.
Really? It normally hits me about 8 hours after I get it, and I got it 12
Same.
hours ago.
I can either feel it. I can feel it coming in. I
In
can
my
either feel it
arm
the same day,
tonight.
or not at all.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
We'll
Either way, I don't have anything to do tomorrow except for make the overlays for Extra Life. So, and do a lot of work. But like, I don't have anything on camera tomorrow, so I can be dead on the couch for a couple hours. Not a big deal. All right, folks. So without further ado, let's head back into game here on Dork Tales. Y'all ready for this? Let's go back to Bite Club. Hello and welcome back to Transylvania Chronicles here on Dork Tales. As the storm continues to roll in, Tereza, you grant the gift of that dress and prepare to head off. But before you do, a caw in a nearby tree draws your attention as the largest raven you've ever seen watches you from the branches. Next to it, you see your faithful servant, Polnock, that looks like a pigeon next to a giant chicken in size. Definitely a mismatched pair there, but you are going to hear yourself being called over by the sound of these large birds. What do you do?
Tereza will kind of walk over by the tree and look up.
You'll recognize Alëna there. And using your animalism, because the book doesn't really state how you talk, we're just going to say that we're not going to mime. We're just going to have you talk.
I see you've returned in one piece. That is good.
The Duchess says hello. And she's gonna like essentially like release the note at you.
Open up the note.
Lady Dinescu, you have good friends. Treat them well. It's a binder? She sent a binder?
I'm doing the joke of in like the camera shows it reading,
Okay.
you know, the note. I
Fair.
don't have a
Alright.
piece of paper. I have all my notes in the binder, so I'm sorry. Ad-libbing it. I was opening the scroll, you know.
All right. You have
Now
good
you know to
friends.
buy her a real scroll for
Yeah, come
her
on.
birthday, so she can use it as a prop.
That's all you're getting for your birthday now. A nice scroll.
Okay.
It's gonna be a nice one though.
Yeah.
Okay. Lady Dinescu, you have good friends. Be sure to treat them appropriately. You are free to pass through my domain this time. The next time you pass through, I expect you to visit yourself. And then it is sealed with her family sigil.
Well, thank you for going on my behest. I will
You're welcome.
visit
She has
her.
also forgiven the death of her ghouls.
Do I want to know what she asked?
It was a price I could pay.
Well, thank you. I was initially going to send Paul Knock in my behalf, and you offering to go. I thank you for paying any price on behalf of all of us traveling.
Of course. I do need to tell you something, though. I haven't had a chance. I don't wish to get close to the Tremere.
Would you like to go further in? Or do you like actually mean like you do not wish to get close to him personally?
Oh, I do not wish to be around him. I might react inappropriately, but no, what I need to tell you must be said. I believe him to have ensorcelled both Bastien and Dominic. Be wary. You may not have any of their loyalty anymore.
That is very good information. I wondered, you missed it, but that those two Romani that we met in the town, that Bastien knew, they met with us and knew who Gortrix was, and they offered to guide us through the mountains. And on a rather cocky request of mine, I asked Gortrix to put his money where his mouth was, and they fought. I did not realize that he would kill them so abruptly. But Bastien did move to attack them in almost defense of Goetrix. I was thinking it odd is he is mostly a passive person. And he acted with more forwardness than he usually does. That is concerning. And Dominic,
It is.
no, Dominic was protecting me, but it could have been very well protecting him if he felt that call. We need to find out how we can break that. I do not want those two to turn on us if I do not trust Goratrix, and you have given me even more proof why we should not.
Be wary of Rainald, too. Well, I don't believe him to be taken in the same way. He is one who loves his power.
And his knowledge. You
Yes.
want to know. Yes, I am concerned for Rainald. I initially also briefly tossed the idea of learning that power that which he stole. But it seems that grudges run deep in the bloodlines. And
They do.
dislike of him outweighs that. And you have brought further evidence. So I will not ever take any blood from him. No matter how much he
Good.
tries to get me to drink it. I will not.
I will continue to follow in this form, keeping an eye. But know that the Duchess will not suffer Goratrix being in her borders for more than one more night.
Then we shall get a move on.
We must pass the river.
Then let us make haste. I do not want to feel her wrath. I would very much like to learn from her. I want to talk with you later. Once we're past this, I want to talk about what you saw. I've heard she's an absolute master at the craft. And
She has invited me to return, if I wish, for a visit.
And she requested that the next time I'm in this lands that I see her personally. So I think we shall have to take her up on that.
Indeed. If we get a moment, we can talk more.
Yes, of course. But first, let us not offend the Duchess and tempt her patience.
Yes.
I will have Polnock stay between me and you, and if there is any need, he can messenger between us.
Of course.
While you keep
I
your
will
distance.
be nearby.
Yes.
And then I'm going to take off into the sky.
And Tereza will return, brandishing the parchment. Alëna has returned. The Duchess will let us pass through her territory, but we must cross the river by tonight, as that is the limit of her patience for us being. So we must get a move on.
With that, you progress. The wagon takes what it can from the Romanis and moves on. Your guard helping the wagons move over the rough terrain. The next 3 nights are the worst that you have seen in your entire time in Transylvania. The constant rain eradicates the roads, and on more than a few occasions during the day, you find yourself aroused by the struggle of your retainers attempting to unstick the wagon from ruts, or lay down planks on which to drive, or struggle to make the horses mush. The animals grow thin. Please spend 3 points of blood, plus any other that you would spend in these days.
Tereza will probably spend another 3 blood each day to, or like a blood each day to have her claws out. She does not trust Goretrix so much at all.
There are very few places to find food. Over the next 3 days, what villages you find are abandoned or besought with plague, full of corpses, rotting, stinking pigs. Dead families, fathers, mothers, children. At night, it is a struggle. Your retainers, desperate to find a place to huddle warmly against the rain, seek out overhangs of rock faces. The bare tents that they are able to pitch lack any type of solid flooring. It is not a pleasant time. And then, on the evening of the 4th night, the weather has turned so foul that as each of you awaken, spending another point of vitae, you cannot believe what you're seeing. A fog has rolled in, clinging to the ground, even as the rain batters down around it, most unnaturally. The rain is coming down so thick in places ahead of you that you cannot, even with the most powerful aspects, make out more than a few buildings. That said, the road is slightly more sturdy here. Slightly harder packed. Your horses struggle as they push into a small village. As you reach the edge of the village proper, one of your horses lets out a horrible noise and collapses to the ground, dead. What do you all do?
Is it dead before I can reach it?
Why don't you go ahead and make me a dexterity and medicine roll?
Ooh. Medicine. You mean witchcraft?
Yes. Do you have medicine?
Gosh, no.
Okay. What do you normally use for... Make me a dex and athletics roll, then, to vault down quickly.
Oh, okay.
Difficulty 6, because it's just leaping out of a car. Well, out of a carriage, at least.
3.
3 successes. All right. It is seizing up, having convulsions on the ground from the strain of travel. It is sickly and harmed. You hit the ground, mud splashing all around you. What do you do? Yes, Robin.
Looking at the fog, Tereza is going to activate the ears of the bat, so I just need to make a roll for that.
Sounds good. All right. So you go ahead and roll that and see if it activates. Bastien, leaping to the ground. What do you do?
If I can,
Mm-hmm.
I will attempt to heal our horsey friend.
All right. Please do so.
All right. Bear with
Your
me,
third eye
kind
opens
folks.
wide as you call upon your powers of Valoran.
Bookmarks don't work on my copy. I'll change that
That's
soon.
totally fine. You want to be around 260.
260.
So, Healer's Touch. This power works on any living or undead creature, but you must always be able to touch the target, even if you merely lay on hands. The target's wounds may be healed by the expenditure of blood points, as if you were healing yourself. It may also clean any bloodborne infectious diseases, requiring 2 points per infection. They must first be identified, and this power does not prevent a recurrence, but will alleviate the worst of the malady. So Sense Vitality is what you're going to want to start with, probably. So make me a Perception and Empathy or Medicine roll. Difficulty 7.
Perception plus empathy. Okay, there we go. That's the... Four for the perception plus empathy.
Perfect. This horse is on its last health level. It has been walked down to all of its bashing into lethal. It is sickly and has several diseases and parasites that it has picked up along the road that are weakening its heart. Its heart is ready to give out from all of this. Of course, now that you know that, you could probably heal it for about 5 points of blood.
Let's do 5. That'll lower me to interesting levels. But do we see any civilization in sight?
Yes, actually. Tereza, your ears are going to shift up, forming into a bat. I am seeing that you have 6 successes to summon your ears. You are going to hear the creaking of a sign and the sound of laughter and the horrible sound of ceramic and knife. There is an eatery nearby. In fact, very nearby. A scant 50 paces away from where this horse has fallen, you are going to hear these sounds.
Well, this horse took us to a convenient spot. There is an eatery down the way. And I'm famished.
And you're going to see the... you said 5 total to rid it of its ailment and
Yes.
heal it. I'm going to use 5 total, and you're going to see the horse full of rejuvenation, neigh, and immediately kind of get back up on its feet.
It's healed. It
but
still
I'm
looks
at
pretty
1.
tired, but like
Oh,
it is
of
no
course
longer
it's
at
tired.
death's door. It's just like it's very
Its tummy
confused
feels
looking.
good.
Yeah, his tummy feels good. He's very confused looking.
But there's a problem. I'm going to back away from the horse and try not to look at anyone in the caravan because I hit one blood with
Oh
doing
boy.
that. And that horse neck is looking pretty juicy.
Can you do me a favor, Bastien? I want you to make me a perception and alertness roll at a difficulty of 5.
Oh. I'm guessing this is not vibes.
No, this is scent-based.
Oh, SpaghettiOs, difficulty 5. 1, 2, 7, 2. So, no, that's a 2. So the 1 takes away the 7.
Okay.
And 2, 4. Oh, I'm good at nothing. This is one of my
fail?
biggest pulls. It's not a. I don't know if there are botches in this, but it's not a botch. But there's no successes.
This is probably for the best. The smell of the rain is overpowering and blankets the scent of any blood that's spilled in the area, meaning that you're not going to have to make a frenzy check. At least at the moment. You got lucky. Nearby, you can see that they're about, like I said, 50 paces ahead. You see a sign of a leaping stag hanging outside of an inn. Amidst the rain, you can see plumes of smoke rising from a roaring fire inside, and the scent of wood smoke becomes very apparent. What do you all do?
Let's... I don't want to bite. Bastien's looking quite pale.
Is the horse all right?
The two horses look at each other in confusion. You can almost see the one that didn't fall be like, "Are you okay?" to the other one, and the other one kind of looks around with wide eyes like, "I don't know."
Tereza's going to just like try and calm both the horses.
Okay, go ahead and make me a charisma charisma plus animal can, please. And these horses are bound, right? You fed them blood at some point? I'm assuming somebody has to make them chill around
probably
vampires.
to make them chill, yeah.
Not only that, they'd probably be stronger and
Working. Makes it. Do it. Makes horse.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty of this, 6. They're
All right,
trained
that's gonna be-
horses.
we need to
That's gonna be
flushcraft some
3
like
successy.
jacked, giant, evil-looking horses.
Listen, we're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting
Tereza's gonna have her crazy flesh army. It's
Nightmares.
Gonna be fun. Yeah,
That's
she's
true.
gonna create some nightmares.
And some
Ooh, could I
dangers.
make them invisible like the nightmares from
3 successes.
3
Harry
successes?
The Thestrals, yeah.
The horses will calm down. Kind of look in your direction. And then, taking large breaths through their nostrils, are going to smell a comfortable stable nearby and begin slowly pulling toward it.
Usually, would it be? It would be Carl that would usually kind of arrange
yeah.
stables. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Carl will do so. He helps you back up into the carriage and guides the wagon further along. As you come to the outside of that leaping stag, he himself leaps off the side of the wagon and heads inside, quickly hiring the stable boy to come out and take your horses. The stable boy himself is about 15 years old, fairly strapping if plain-faced, and quickly untethers your horses and takes them into shelter. Carl approaches the wagon as the boy is preparing to do this and informs you. I have arranged for us to take a room for the night. A few. My liege, it would be good for us to perhaps rest inside of somewhere warm, if that would suit you.
Go.
Along with you, of course.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go into the main hall. See if there's anything worth eating there.
Of course.
You take some rest. Make sure everyone else does as well.
I will make certain that they receive food first. The horse only went so far. Carl and Dominic help you, Clara, Lena, and the rest disembark. And before long, you find yourself inside of a large, quite old tavern. The sound of rain vanishes, and instead pelts overhead. A roaring fire in the corner immediately alerts your beast, but it's far enough away that it's not terribly distracting to you. The innkeeper, a large bearded man, passes over a set of keys for the 3 rooms that Carl was able to acquire. Traveling through, yes? Enjoy the rooms. They are, he looks you up and down, humble, but there are many traveling through Alsace at this time for some reason. Alsace. Alsace is the name of this village. But welcome to the Leaping Stag. There is stew, and there is beer for extra coin.
You said there are many passing through?
And it's at this point that the lot of you and Goratrix, can I get make me a perception and alertness roll?
Does intuitive apply?
No, this is specifically based on details.
Is it hearing based at all?
It is... It may be, yes. I'll allow that. You'll get some different information out of that.
Okay.
Can I do it if I'm outside?
If you fly down near a window, yes.
Okay, I'm probably keeping an eye on them, so yeah.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty for you is base difficulty of 7. You know what? Difficulty 6.
Okay, what's the minimum that you can roll for difficulty?
3.
Okay, so that'll be 3, because I get a -3 from
Or actually, wait. No, I think technically
Game-based
it's
rolls.
3 for magic. I think for normal rolls it's 2.
Okay, but still, it's 6 minus 3 is 3, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
so
okay.
good.
That's math.
Yeah.
Does Auspex give us more?
It'll
Or does it
lower
make
the
it
difficulty.
easier?
Yeah, totally does. Holy crap, that's 7 successes. You are going to
Oh.
hear... but
Fail.
yeah, so... You failed?
I
You're too distracted by hunger, is what it is.
swear I'm good at that.
All right.
I mean, you're not you when you're hungry.
You're not you. Have a Snickers. Rainald, what did you get? 1. And Alëna, from outside, what did you get?
2.
2.
And they were
Perfect.
both 10s.
Alëna, outside, you are going to... What you are going to notice is as you're flying around and surveying the area, the stable boy brings the wagon around. And as he does, you're going to notice that there are a number of horses inside of the stable. A good dozen or more. All of which have placed nearby, as they've been removed to allow the horses to rest, barding, horse armor. This is very odd. Rainald, inside, you and Goratrix are going to notice, and Tereza will absolutely notice this, that there are several figures near the warmth of the cozy fire, wearing tabards emblazoned with the symbol of the Teutonic Order. Tereza, you are going to hear them speaking in a language not native to this region. What languages do you speak?
I
And-
speak Vlach language as well. I have the Merit Lingua Franca.
So you hear them speaking in several mixes of Austrian German and French. Depending on which pair you're looking at. They're speaking in hushed tones, but they will continue to talk, and out with your 7 successes, you are going to pick up little bits of the dialogue as they keep eyes on the other celebrating townsfolk who are drinking and enjoying a night in from the rain. These knights turn and watch you. Now, they don't appear threatening, but they appear very nervous. And after you enter, you all are going to notice, except for Bastien, that they're watching every move that you make. And, Tereza, you're going to hear them say, "Strangers, perhaps, do they know? That isn't relevant. Just keep watch. Remember, trust no one. This is a holy mission, brother." Is anyone doing anything besides browsing around the main tavern?
Now,
I'm sneaking upstairs to see if anyone's door is left unlocked.
Okay. I want to make you. I want to have
Before
you
I
make
do
a feeding.
something dumb.
Tereza's
go ahead.
super hungry and is also going to be looking for people.
Okay. Are you looking for people like inside of the tap room, or are you trying to creep upstairs?
I think Tereza is probably actually gonna follow Bastien's suit. Maybe not even notice Bastien's doing the same thing because Bastien's probably invisible. But Tereza will also try and sneak upstairs and.
Okay. Bastien, I want you to do me a favor and make me a perception plus larceny roll.
Ooh.
Do it at difficulty 6. This is going to be your hunting roll.
A 1-1 took away
Remember,
the 9-9.
Remember, it's ledger domain, not
Oh,
larceny.
yes, ledger domain. Yes, of course.
Oh. Bastien, no. Oh, I roll one more. So I've rolled 3 9s and 3 1s. But I have 2
3
dots in this, so... Or wait. Yeah. Oh my god. So not a botch, but another nothing.
Okay.
I'm good at this stuff, I swear.
Bastien, you go from room to room. You find 3 empty rooms. One after the other. The doors are wide open. And as you look inside, you're going to see that there are several beds in each, hastily made. They smell like the floor has been scrubbed fairly recently, perhaps this morning. But there's no one in any of these. Tereza, I want you to make me a perception, and what are you using to do some hunting?
I think if
guess,
I can again use hearing,
awareness?
to try and hear.
Sounds good.
What is my difficulty?
3.
Yeah. Let's drop that dice. Oh, it landed on a 10. Oh wow, I actually rolled some not 3s. Or less than 3s. That's only gonna be 5 this time.
You listen through one of the walls and are going to hear a deep-throated snore echoing out from behind one of the doors. As you're walking through here, though, you're going to see that several of the doors are partially opened and are going to swing open in front of you as you pass. As if someone, perhaps a ghost, were swinging them open.
Bastien, it's very obvious when you're swinging the doors.
Do I hear Tereza?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Just in case this happened to not be Bastien, I wanted to... That'd be pretty...
Oh,
Pretty great, right?
that would be hilarious. That would be so good.
I go. One might lose one's mind if I don't eat soon.
Tereza will point to the snoring door.
The
There
snore
is
door.
someone snoring in there. Can you keep your cool, or are you going to lose it? We do not need to make a mess.
I'm the prince of cool. That's what they call me. In my
Yes,
village.
you cool prince. The fresh prince of whatever city you
Belgrade.
have. Belgrade. Alright, is there another snoozer somewhere around here?
Aw,
Make me a
thank
perception
you.
and alertness roll. Oh, you
Yeah.
got 5 successes, so don't worry about that. Let me just roll to see what is up here, because it is about 10 o'clock at night, so... Okay, I want you to roll me 1d10.
1d10.
Kelly, is this snoring guy's door barred?
Oh, this is 1. Wow. That was a bad one. 1.
You rolled a 1?
Yes.
Okay. The door is not barred, but it is locked. However, it's a pretty simple lock. Do you want to make me a dexterity and ledger domain roll to jimmy it?
It's Jimmy time.
Go rustle those
Oh.
jimmies.
For the love.
Before you fail,
Just
before you
call
fail,
Alëna.
I want to know how many dice you've got on this roll.
It's dexterity.
Dexterity plus
Seven.
legerdemain.
7. And the difficulty was
6.
mother of... Oh, thank you. 10. 3.
All right. With a quick twist of one of your picks, the door is going to open before you. And you are going to see the most wonderful sight you have ever seen. A 300-pound man lying on the bed, his face so red with beer that it nearly glows in the dark. He's lying on his back, his second chin bulging like a bullfrog's neck as he snores.
I'm just going to lock the door.
Okay.
Bastien just takes a napkin out from his thing, puts it around his neck.
All right. And what I want you to do right now, I need you to make me a self-control roll. You have 1 dice because of your blood pool.
Is that how that works?
Yep.
Oh,
You can
Right,
spend.
damn.
You can spend willpower on this roll if you want.
This guy's just a whole meal. Just all
you
of
know
it.
what? You know, I'm spending the willpower. Is there any? Is it like, is willpower running out like blood, or are you just like, you've had it?
I think
'Cause
that
I'm,
you've gotten 4 nights of sleep, so I think your willpower would have refreshed quite a bit.
Oh, is it like one per?
It's 1 per night, unless you have.
Oh,
nightmares.
okay. Whew. No nightmares,
No nightmares.
but still 1 die. Wait, I
Still
can or cannot spend willpower on this?
You can. You could. You could spend.
Oh,
I believe so.
okay.
Yeah. You're only rolling 1 dice.
I'm spending willpower.
Willpower is an automatic success, not 3 dice.
Yeah.
You're thinking Chronicles. I heard multiple dice.
Dang it. You know what I rolled? 10, 10, 10, and 9. But I'm going to re-roll because...
All right, you got 1 success
My
already.
fucking dice.
All you have to do is not roll a 1 on 1
Wait.
dice.
Oh, right, because that's how you botch in
Fail.
the system.
So
Right,
you'll
right.
fail. So basically,
How many
if you
hurt
roll-
mores do you have, Kelly?
I have 4. So we're gonna. You got.
I rolled a run-of-the-mill 5.
Okay. So you will have 1 success with your willpower. You bite in to his throat, and the blood rolls over your tongue. It is the most delicious meal. It is a double cheese burger that flows into you after a particularly grueling diet. You guzzle him down. 1 point of blood, 2 points of blood, 3 points of blood. Do you think he can handle 4?
This guy? Yeah.
All right. 4 points of blood, and I'm gonna spend a hurt more, and okay, perfect. Do you think he can handle 5?
Yeah.
All right, 5 points of blood it is, and as you drink that 5th point of blood, you're going to feel his pulse in your teeth. It's loud and strong still, and then you hear it get really loud. One immense throb in your mouth. And then nothing. The man's back arches, and aside from the pained, pleasured cooing that comes from his mouth, you hear a as you feel his heart stop.
Oh.
What do you do?
Live, damn you.
Okay, so you're just gonna spend how many health points are you gonna give him back?
1.
Okay, so
The
you lay
power
your
of
hand.
Christ compels you, and I give him the
Alright.
hand of God.
All right, so being a
If we had
vampiric,
your game, Kal, where we give inspiration, I would be giving you my inspiration for this game because that...
so you vampirically defibrillate him, and he is going to, and it's gonna immediately go back to sleep.
How intoxicated was he?
Very
Bastien's
Like-
lit, fam.
Friar Tuck levels of intoxication.
It's
Which means
first in, first out. For
first in,
blood.
first out. So,
So
that means
all
that
my blood
you are,
points are.
are buzzed.
Well, I'm gonna help. If I, knowing who knows with my rolls, I'm gonna wander
just-
out of the room
just-
and try to help Tereza since she helped me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fine. Teresa's already finding someone while you were doing the snack
That's
down
true.
over
Uh,
there.
I just
you
want
were-
to go back to this line because I think this is one of the best ones all night. You vampirically defibrillate him.
Live, damn it!
Wait until
Tereza.
Bastien invents CPR. SPR.
Yep.
Salubri.
Yeah. Tereza, you open the door at the end of the hall where you hear the sound of something rustling and shifting. Are you doing this stealthily?
She's trying to, yes.
Then give me a dexterity and stealth roll.
Okay. Dexterity and stealth.
6, please.
I got no stealth. Dexterity and then... I'm gonna spend a willpower on this because I have not
Okay.
rolled yet. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. That's gonna be 3 successes.
You open the door. It's not locked. And as you do, you're going to see that there are
Bastien
two...
missed this.
It's at the end of the hall. There are 2 beds in this room. One of them is empty. And in the other, you are going to see, curled up together, a pair of young boys, no older than 10.
Damn it.
Perhaps a little bite won't hurt.
Alright, little bite, little bite, little
All
bite.
right. What's your blood pool at?
It is at 8.
Okay. So in that case, you are totally fine. You can take just a point from each without worrying about frenzy.
Nice.
So so your blood pool is now at 10. You have a quick bite, leaning over. The twins sleep deeper after you take a little sample from each. And as you finish with the second one, they're blonde, tow-headed children. You stand back up to find Bastien leaning in the door. His face strangely red around the nose.
No.
When she's doing this, I think that she's trying to like
Touch hands.
clasp hands or something. So I'll shake her.
Leave, Bastien. No. You are... Are you drunk?
I would never. I could never.
You've got a little redness on the nose.
It's not possible for our kind. You see.
But that gentleman smelled like a brewer. Okay, let's leave the children now. Let's leave them. Did you leave that man alive?
Yes.
You are saying that like it's a question. I was the one asking the question, Bastien.
Well, he died in his sleep, and I just kind of gave him one of these. And he's
Is he
snoring
breathing?
again.
Or,
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's leave these children. I've drank.
They looked like twins.
I believe they were, yes.
Do twins run in your family?
They're not my kids.
But they could be.
The thought crossed my mind briefly, but they probably have a parent of their own, so I would not want to deprive them unless...
What kind of parent leaves them by themselves in an establishment like this?
You are drunk, Bastien. You're telling me to steal children.
They just let anybody in this establishment look at me.
Yes, I'm looking at you. I'm very concerned. Also, we probably shouldn't be stealing children. They...
Didn't you steal Lena? Wait, didn't we steal Lena?
She was given besides. She's close to family sometimes.
You spoil her.
I do.
If we're ever in a position where I'm away somewhere, I trust that if I were to disappear, her care would fall under you.
She is like a goddaughter, is what they would say.
That's what I was. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. We need to be careful, Bastien. I was overhearing the knights saying perhaps they know these strangers. They're on a holy mission.
They are?
Yeah, apparently. Something is going on here, and I feel if we're not careful, we may end up in the middle of it.
Knights. Do you want me to find out more?
Maybe when you're sober? I did not think I would use that word again.
I
Ever.
obfuscate better when I'm intoxicated.
Don't drink and obfuscate.
Say no more, Vam. And I'm going to go down the stairs and obfuscate to against Tereza's advice, the knight's conversations.
Sounds good. As you go downstairs, you're going to see that Goratrix and Rainald are seated at a table, faking nursing at some mugs of beer, while on the other side of the table, Dominic, Clara, and Carl are digging into several bowls of stew. Goratrix is watching the knights out of the corner of his eye, and the corners of his lips are beginning to curl upwards. Interesting. Are you noticing this, Rainald?
I think it is best that we stay out of their way.
You say that, but come on. You're a perceptive man. You've been seeing it as well. Every 5 or 10 minutes, one of them stands up, goes down that hallway, into a room on the right. In the past half hour, it's happened at least 5 times. And it's not always the same man that comes out that goes in. Do you know what that means?
They're taking shifts.
They're taking shifts. Bastien. He turns and says that to an empty plot of air next to him. Join us. Have you been drinking?
And the chair will pull out.
And on the other side of a post, Bastien will just manifest.
That particular order of knights and is no longer recognized.
Yes, I know. Rainald. I destroyed them.
Did you know?
Someone had to. They were interfering with my work in France.
What are their beliefs?
At this moment, heresy.
Wait. You are responsible for what happened to that order.
Perhaps we should talk in private. I grow weary, and I wish to drop off our things. Can you show me the rooms that we've rented? Rainald, Bastien. I shan't bother you for very long. Come with me. Show me.
I'll look over at Carl and I'll just say to him, it's just like, if anything goes sideways, just stay out of it and try and get some rest tonight.
Is Tereza down the stairs at this point?
You are starting to head down the stairs at this point, yes. As you see Bastien, Goratrix, and Rainald stand up and start making their way toward the stairwell.
Off to your little boys' club?
I mean, you're staying with us as well. Why don't you come? I'm sure there's something interesting we could discuss.
Yes.
Come now, Lady Tereza. We're all
Something
equals
is-
here.
It's true. I just thought you were leaving without me.
No, I was merely looking for you. Come, we have much to discuss. He pulls you all upstairs. And as he does, he takes you into, or asks to be led into one of the rooms that you rented. One of the 3 empty ones that Bastien was looking for feed in. And as inside, he shuts the door and Downstairs. Alëna, I'm going to assume at this point, hearing their voices, you are perched on the awning above
Sure,
the window.
yeah.
I think that's kind of the signal that they probably would have agreed, was that like open the window just a crack, that like the faintest voices can be heard, like you us speaking at whisper tone, that like Alëna
That
could
sounds
hear.
perfect. I know what these men are guarding, and it is worth all of our lives to attain it. You've surely heard of the fabulous treasure of the Knights Templar, eh? It disappeared from their Paris preceptory when they were recently arrested in France. Some of the Templars escaped, though. I suspect that this must be they. Help me. Help me get this treasure, and we may gain the greatest power ever seen in this world.
What are they guarding?
Lady Tereza, let me ask you, what is it worth to you to remain immortal, yet be able to walk in sunlight again without fear of annihilation? How would you like the power to command nations and lay waste to your enemies? Help me. I beg you. You will not regret it.
The thing with power is that it tends to not want to be shared.
I had no problem sharing my power with the Council of Seven. I would have no problem sharing my power with the allies that saved my existence.
Short of
And
murdering
besides-
everyone in this building, they already are expecting and thinking that we know what's there.
Oh, but my friends, I could take it without us killing anyone.
Exactly my hope. What say you? Help me?
I can make whoever is... I didn't hear everything you and Rainald were talking about, but I can make someone go to sleep.
You didn't answer, Gardrex. What is it?
Is it? My dear Lady Dinescu, it's what all knights search for. Those Templars carry with them the Holy Grail. And I think that's where we're going to call game for the night.
I knew it. I knew it. I was like, they have the fucking Holy Grail, don't they?
It's a silly place.
We shall not go.
Alëna is scoping out the barn. It's just coconuts hanging on the wall. Like, what the hell?
Dude.
Where are the horses?
Those
I
are
have a
the
sudden urge
horses.
to collect a shrubbery.
Yep.
Yep.
We did talk about pigeons earlier, right, Kelly? Was that foreshadowing?
Just Bastien being like, I am a shrubbery.
I am a strawberry. Strawberry.
Stop.
Hey, folks.
To pass,
what's
you
up?
must answer me these riddles.
These riddles
three.
three.
Go away before
Next
we
episode
taunt you
is
a
just
second
all the
time.
Monty Python quotes.
Just all of it. Hey, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be back in 3 weeks. We have a 2 week break because I'm on vacation. I left you on the Holy Grail. Waka, waka, waka.
For this long break, how much XP are we gonna have?
I think you're going to take 4 points of experience. 2 from the chat. Or was it 3 from the chat?
3
I
from the
only saw
chat.
Was it? I only saw 2.
No, they bought 3. I can look at the rewards, but
Yeah, double check just to be sure. I'm going to give you 2, and then they're
So
going to give
5.
you whatever they give.
All right. So
Sheesh.
we have one bot from Saber Sloth. We have one bot
Mhm.
from Soul, and we have one bot from Ashen Windsong.
Okay, I missed the one from Sabersloth. So yeah, 5 XP. There you go. So folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to come back for Extra Life this weekend. And hey, if you love us, join the Patreon. Because you get to hear like a podcast with me and Kal. You get to hear like all sorts of cool things. Old Gods is hopefully going to be dropping in the next couple of days. And plus, you get to hang out with you know, our divine producers, my mom, I guess Cal's mom technically, Shaikon de Vermilion, our demonic producer, Sorcerer Sanguine, our Wizards of the Patreon. We have 4 now. That means one of each directions. Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, Karasha Urquhart, and Big Nut. Our Monster Maker Soul Omen, and our High Council, Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Kelowna Kurd, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, and Cody. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in for Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles. We'll be back with episode 16 in 3 weeks. Have a happy Halloween tomorrow, and don't get too drunk off blood unless you have magic vampire defibrillator powers. I don't know.
Make sure your adults check your blood bags before you feed.
Yeah,
This is
that's
true.
You don't know what's in
never
there.
know when you never know when you're going to find the Holy Grail in your blood bag.
Yeah.
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 And I
It
guarantee
has
you,
to be
without
somewhere.
thaumaturgy, that's gonna
Yeah.
that's gonna cause you problems.
What?
If drinking the Holy Grail without thaumaturgy.
Oh, well, I'm getting
Yeah.
the Grail.
And I hope you all have a great time. We'll miss you. And see you in a bit. Good night, everybody.